Hi students, today our topic is Introduction to C language. As we know that C language is a first and foremost higher level languages which are introduced by which is introduced at the year of 1972 at Bell Laboratory by the author called as Dennis Ritchie. So it is coming under the type of structured programming and modular programming, and it is a first high level languages. Okay. So this is about the introduction to C languages. Let us see going for the next topic called as algorithm. As we know that algorithm is a step-by-step procedure to solve a given problem. So it is a step-by-step explanations to solve a given problem. If you are having one problem, you want to solve that problem means that what is the first step, what is the next step, what is the third step, like that you are going to describe your steps, your explanations in a step-by-step order. So this is called as algorithm. Algorithm is a simple definition for algorithm is a step-by-step procedure to solve a given problem. Then what is the ambition? Why we are going for an algorithm? What should be, what are the parts of how we consider this algorithm is a good algorithm means, first thing, what is the condition that we are following for writing one good algorithm means, first one is it should have finite number of steps. If you are going to write an algorithm, it should have finite number of steps, and each step should be very clear and meaningful. And then the input and output of a given problem should be defined precisely. If you are going for one problem, that what is the input for this problem and what is the result or output taken from that problem should be given precisely. So then the algorithm should not have a computer code. That means algorithm is independent to languages. Algorithm, because it is not only written for C program. This algorithm may be suitable for Java program or Python programming or whatever the programming. But algorithm is a step-by-step procedure, explanation for a given problem. So that should not have any computer codes, right? So these are the main conditions and should be followed when you are going to write an algorithm, right? I hope you understand. Now we are going to see the examples of algorithm, how we can write algorithm. I have taken an first example as multiplication of two numbers. That two numbers are entered by the users, right? So your main logic is you are going to multiply two numbers, right? So what are the numbers? First step, you are going to start the program, and after that means to multiply two numbers we need to have two variables. That two variables should be declared. So that is the next step, declaration of variables num1, num2 and multiplication. What is meant by multiplication? That is the output. So not only inputs, now we have to declare the output of that logic also. So here in step 2 we are declaring variables of num1 and num2 are input, considered as our inputs, and multiplication is considered as output. And then read values. The third step is reading the values of num1 and num2. That means we need to get the values of num1 and num2 after declaring it. So that is the third step. And fourth step, and after got the values of num1 and num2, that should be multiplied. Then what is the condition we are following means, multiplication is equal to num1 star num2. The printing mistake is there, sorry. Num1 star num2 is the correct statement. After calculating the multiplication, that should be displayed. So a display of multiplication is the final output for this concept. So that is done in the step 5. Then step 6 is stop, right? So step 1 is start, and step 2 is we are declaring both two inputs and outputs, and third step is we are reading the values of two inputs. Fourth step is we are doing the calculation of what is the logic given here, and fifth step is we are displaying our outputs, and sixth step is we are that is the end of your concept, right? So this is about algorithms. That is nothing but multiplication of two numbers. Okay. So let us see the next examples. So second example is finding the area on perimeter of your rectangle. We know the formula for finding the area and perimeter. So now we got some ideas how we can apply these concepts. So first step is start. The second step is in declaring input and output. So according to this case, what are the inputs? For a rectangle, we need to have length and breadth. These two are the inputs. And what is the output? If we are going to find out, we are going to resulting out the area and perimeter. So this area and perimeter are considered as output variables. So these four variables should be declared in the step 2. Okay. So declare variables length, breadth, area and perimeter is the second step. And third steps, we need to get the values of length and breadth, because with length and breadth are considered as inputs. So these two values should be brought, should be read from user. Then that is the third step. And then what is the fourth step? We need to find out the value of area and perimeter. So first we are taking care of area. We know the formula for finding the area of rectangle, that is nothing but area is equal to length star breadth. So that have been implemented. And what is the fifth steps? After the area part, we need to find out the perimeter of this perimeter of rectangle. So we know the formula, perimeter is equal to 2 star length plus breadth. So that also implemented. After finding out area and perimeter, we need to display these two outputs at the next step. That is nothing but sixth step. So display area and perimeter. That is also done. So in the step 7 is the end of your logic. So we are stopping that logic. Then this is about area, finding the area and perimeter of a rectangle. Then what is the next example I have given means simple interest. Finding the simple interest. As usual, your first step will be start, and second step, what are the inputs and outputs should be related to this logic. So according to the simple interest, what are the inputs? Principal, rate of interest and number of years. So these three are the considered as inputs, and finding the interest is the considered as output. So these four variables should be declared. That is the next step, that is step 2. Then step 3, we have to read the values of three inputs: principal amount, rate of interest and number of years. So these are read from the user. That is also done. Then fourth step, we need to calculate the simple interest. We know the formula of finding the simple interest. Simple interest equal to PNR divided by 100. Here the T is given as number of fractional values. So just we have used PRT. Right. So after finding out the interest, that should be displayed. So that is the next step. In step 5, we are displaying the interest variable I. That is the output of your logic. So that has been done in the step 5. Then step 6 is the stop. That is we are at the end of your logic. Right. So this is about the example 3 and example 4. That means in this example, we are going to find out the sum and average of given 3 numbers. We are taking care of 3 numbers here. So first step is start. Second step is declaring the 3 inputs, and what are the 2 inputs we are considering here? Sum and average. So these so according to this logic, 3 are considered as input and 2 are considered as outputs. Totally 5 variables are declared in the step 2 and step 3. So we need to get the values of 3 inputs. A, B, C are considered as 3 inputs that should be read from the users. So that is done in the third step. And the fourth step. First I am going to calculate the sum. From the sum we are going to calculate the average. So in step 4 we know the formula of finding the sum. Sum is nothing but addition of 3 numbers A plus B plus C. Right. Then after finding the sum, we need to calculate the average. That is done in the step 5. Average equal to sum divided by 3. Total number of numbers are 3. So sum divided by 3 is the exact formula that also have implemented. Final step 6. So as of now we have found 2 outputs, sum and average. These 2 outputs should be displayed. So that is my next step. That is done in the step 6. And step 7 is obviously stop. Right. So these are the this is the best examples of writing a program algorithm. First step is start, and second step is according to your logic, what are the inputs and what are the outputs. Those variables should be declared. And third step will be obviously reading the values of your inputs. Third step. Then Coming from fourth step onwards, you need to apply your logic. What is the any mathematical equation is there, any your logical statement is there, that should be done from the third step onwards. So till the end, till your logic got over, you have to continue the steps. After your logic is over, you need to display your outputs. That is the next step. So the displaying your output is the end of your logic. Then obviously the next step will be the stop step, right? I hope you understand the logic of writing a algorithm for a given problem. Whatever the problem you have given for the as exercise, you have to practice in a way, right? I hope you understand this video. I will catch you in the next video about next topic.